As promised on the Poor Sport Report podcast, it's time for the brand new segment called What Am I Missing? I'm going to be taking a topic that I don't understand, that you shouldn't understand, but maybe somebody out there gets, and they might be able to convince me that I'm missing the point. It's fitting that the first What Am I Missing segment is for the one, the only Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony has a long history on the Poor Sport Report. Me and Carson haven't been fans of Carmelo Anthony. Oh, we've been very public. Carson affectionately calls him the triple single, which may not be fair, but it may be fair. But we don't really understand why Carmelo Anthony is in the position that he's in. And that position being that people are still defending that he would work in the right environment. What am I missing? Honestly, I don't understand it. Carmelo Anthony has been irrelevant in the basketball world for 4 seasons at this point. They say he's a Hall of Famer. I'll allow that. The man can score. He's always been a scorer. But Carmelo Anthony has never been a two-way player. Carmelo Anthony has never been a cornerstone of a great team. And most importantly, Carmelo Anthony has never made other players better around him. And I think that's always been the distinguishing factor between a great player and a really good player. Carmelo Anthony has always been a really good player. Truly, what's always missed from Carmelo Anthony, as I stated before, is his defense. He's never been a two-way player. He's never been able to take over a game on both ends of the court. And when the scoring has dipped, he truly doesn't have the utilization of a starter. Now, Carmelo Anthony has gone from different team to different team, trying to make it work. He was the focal point of the New York Knicks. That didn't go very well. They shipped him out. He went to the Oklahoma City Thunder for a one-season experiment with Paul George and Russell Westbrook, and that didn't work. And honestly, you knew it wasn't going to work when in the press conference he started laughing about the idea of coming off the bench. If there was anything that announced more plainly that Carmelo Anthony was never going to be part of a championship team, it was that moment at that press conference. A champion would do whatever it took to make sure the situation worked. I believe Dwayne Wade, when he went to the Cleveland Cavaliers, totally open to coming off the bench, using the right skill set, making sure that the team came first. It still didn't work out, but the attitude was different, and Dwayne Wade was already a champion, so he can pretty much do whatever he wants. Carmelo Anthony has this imaginary scenario in his mind where he is still the focal point of a championship team where everyone else is going to play defense, and he doesn't have to, but he's still going to be able to just play ISO offense, where he's going to rain down mid-range jump shots and be able to get to the basket at will, like he was in Denver again. That's not going to happen. Carmelo Anthony is done. I'm so sick and tired of people saying, well, if he gets in the right situation, he's going to work just fine. Do you know what the only situation is that's going to be right? That's going to be right for Carmelo Anthony? A really shitty team. No one with any playoff or contending aspirations has room for Carmelo Anthony in their starting lineup. If they're already contenders, they have a starting lineup. They don't need you, Carmelo. They don't need you at all. There are probably 1 or 2 contenders that could use an offensive spark off the bench, which would be perfect for Carmelo. But no contender needs Carmelo Anthony. No one needs a one-sided player to start and play ISO offense for him. It doesn't exist. So if Carmelo's looking for the right situation, that situation is in Charlotte. That situation truly is in Atlanta, where I think they still have jerseys printed. I think they made a couple on that one day. Just go to Atlanta. If you want to be the guy that's in the starting lineup, go to a tanking team. That's the only place that exists for you in any capacity. The Phoenix Suns would love to have you, but you're not going to be on a contending team. I don't know what he's missing as far as the thinking that that was something that was going to exist. Carmelo Anthony has never had a history of making other people better. As a Jazz fan, I loved having Carmelo Anthony on the Denver Nuggets because I never had to worry about them, ever, at any point. Carmelo Anthony's only been out of the first round of the playoffs twice in his career. Twice. It's mind-boggling to me that Carmelo Anthony still has so many rabid supporters demanding that he get put in the right situation. Do you know who doesn't need to be put in the right situation? Kevin Durant. He kind of fell into the right situation. Point withstanding, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis. These players don't need to be put in the right situation. They are the right situation. Carmelo Anthony has always been dependent on having good players around him to have any form of success. Carmelo Anthony has never had more than 4.2 assist average in his career. Conversely, take LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. I know LeBron, much better player. LeBron James in his career has never been below 5.9 assists. Dwayne Wade was never below 4.6. Year in and year out, he averaged in the twos, in the threes. He never incorporated other people. It was just an ISO offense. So what am I missing? I really want to know what people are seeing that I'm missing. He wasn't able to be a contender when he was a superstar. He was a superstar, but even then he was never a contender because he couldn't improve the team around him. Now that he's diminished in his abilities, he still thinks that there's a scenario where he can win a championship. That boat has sailed, man, unless you want to ride the pine on a contending team and get out of their way. That's the only way you're ever going to sniff the finals. It's never going to happen at this point. Your time has passed. You don't want to listen to me? That's fine. I don't care. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. There's only going to be 50 people that watch this anyway. But you have to understand, Carmelo Anthony is the Jay Cutler of the NBA. Carmelo Anthony is the French fries in your combo meal. He's very good. But he doesn't have that killer instinct, and he does not make other people better. You have to make people better. The way you make people better, you incorporate them in the system. You play better defense. These are things that Carmelo Anthony's never been good at. Assists, defense, leadership in general. He's always been about me. He's always wanted to have that spotlight on him. And even when he doesn't need it now, he can't let it go. I would love someone to show me something that I'm missing. Something that would actually give me reason to believe that Carmelo Anthony can still be a starter on a championship contender. Comment below. Email me at thepoorsportreport@gmail.com. I will read them on the podcast. I might be missing something. That's totally fine. But I need to know what it is because I've done the research. I've looked at the stats. I've watched Carmelo Anthony since he came into the league. And it's never been something that I've seen. So please tell me, what am I missing?